Might there be aught over there?
We ought to take a closer look. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
It is rather peaceful.
I cannot help but seem our flow is unbalanced.
No better time to strike.
The moment of victory is at hand. Let us finish this.
It is a first working mission. Noticing our destiny.
Perhaps. As planned.
We must rally. Panic will only place the enemy's advantage. Thank you. I am in your debt.
The road's blocked. Can't get through. Powerful current ought to set this rock to crumbling. We could summon one. What was that sound? Fall back!
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
We could pick some now and use them when the need arises.
Would seem the ox cart's just arrived. You'll be riding in it with us till we reach the capital.
Goblins! If you value your life, stand and fight, wretch!
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
They can be most...
Master, goblins!
We have no means of exploiting our enemy's weakness. I can look forward to battle.
Victory!
Naught compares to the thrill of victory. One cannot...
Seems we drove them off. Right.
I was informed of your coming would be Arisen.
Captain Brand, this individual summoned a pawn through a rift stone. Several witnesses can attest to it. Though I admit I had my doubts at first.
This one's not a bad sort. Saved our hides on the way here.
As decreed by the great will of our world, there can only be one Arisen. That Arisen now resides within the palace. Indeed, he is our sovereign and the rightful ruler of Vermont. It follows, therefore, that this ruffian before us you must submit to questioning. If you value your life, you will not attempt to flee. I shall conduct the interrogation myself. Stand watch outside. I beg your forgiveness for my insolence, Your Majesty. If the Queen Regent had learned of your existence, I fear your life would have been in peril. I had no choice but to treat you as a pretender, lest my actions draw suspicion from watchful eyes. Your anger is well justified, and I shan't deny you it. However, I am obliged to make you aware of your situation. Your arrival would have robbed the Queen Regent Disa of everything. During the time of the previous consul, she acted as a queen in her own right, ruling the palace as she saw fit. And just after the consul's passing, when 'twas all but certain that her son would take his father's place, word reached the castle that the Arisen had been found. To Disa, Your Majesty's very existence is naught but an obstacle to her own family's continued prosperity. The assassination of the Arisen is an impossible feat for mortal hands. Thus, Disa chose to abduct Your Majesty while you recovered from your wounds. in order to rob you of your memory with a fell curse and sell you to Batal as a slave. Following that, she prepared a replacement to serve as the sovereign in your stead. A mere puppet. However, with your majesty returned, I have no intention of twiddling my thumbs as Disa plays her games. I shall devise some plans to further our cause. Pray, visit me a night in the tavern that we might discuss them. This one's cleared of all suspicion, and has my permission to remain in the capital. You are to trouble the good sir no further. Are we clear?
I fain down my steel for a mug of warm ale.
Control of the palace.
Pray forgive me, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Consign it! Get back here! You there! Did you see an urchin in a cap run past just now? Can you tell me which way he went? Thought you could hide, eh? Oi! Halt!
I trade every day.
Some might find
It's mine.
Don't think I'll stand for this.
Thank you for healing me, Arisen.
This ox cart's bound for Melv. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
Very well. I shall return.
Suppose I ought to check the wheels before we depart.
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the... This is rather thrilling.
Ah, here we are. The ox cart made it without too much trouble.
There are worse ways to travel, I suppose.
What am I to do? You really ought to have returned by now.
Hello again, sir. See, have you brought some fruit labyrinth for me? So this is what it looks like. Brilliant.
Many thanks, sir. I haven't much to offer in return, but I'll be sure to tell Grandfather what you did for us. He'll want to reward you proper like, I'll bet.
My heart is light as a feather after that exchange.
Sir Ricardo is in need of our aid. Certainly, Master. I can take you to this individual.
Well, if you insist.
Fancy a look at my wares? Always a pleasure.
Well met, sir. How much? Might I be of service?
Over here, if you please.
Fancy a look at my wares? In my line of business, patience is key. Do come again.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
Where are you going?
Following along, I trust. Take care not to lose sight of me. As a matter of fact, curious thing.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics.
Tis a pity we must part after sharing such...
'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
Follow me, if you would.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
We're here, Master.
No such thing as the enemy gained the upper hand. The early griffin gets the worm, as they say.
Is that all of them? Yeah, you have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
We'd best report back.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Should you have further need of a marksman, my bow is ever at your service.
Please dispense with the formalities. They exhaust me so.
Yon path leads not to our destination. If you would prefer to explore, I shall guide you another time. It is dark enough to warrant the use of your lantern, Master.
That was thrilling. I did not know I could feel so alive.
Tis a glad thing we rested when we did.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste.
Douse the flames before 'tis too late.
My thanks. Just what I needed.
Here we are.
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.